through using Springfield Pro video software. It's just a general software that we can draw lines, do analysis of each position where he's at, and it's easy to get so detailed that you lose really the focus of playing golf, which is too much technique. So that's the one thing I suggest. Don't work on one thing. Don't work on multiple things when you're trying to work on your game and your swing. Again, what we're focused on, Brendan has a great setup. Look how his back's pretty flat. This is Zach Johnson, who just won the tournament, so we wanted to compare Brendan with Zach, who's very similar in body type and how he sets up to it. Zach does have his hands a little bit lower. It's kind of preference, and it's a lot based on your lie angles of your club. So Brendan's clubs seem to be a little more flat, or upright, I mean. So we wanted to get his hands a little bit higher so his club face isn't pointing left. And that's just a part of the fitting process, the club fitting process. So you want to fit your club's base to your swing. So in Brendan, we're looking at that yellow line there. That's a shaft line. I want to see him get pretty close to that yellow line on the backswing, which that is an ideal position right there. A nice extension, nice turn. Zach does the same thing. He follows that line. His club face is very similar position. Toe, it's okay to have the face pointed down a little bit. Usually we teach, toe straight up to the sky. Now he comes a little steep, and this is where we want to work on. He gets to the top, not a lot of wrist hinge, which is okay, but it's more of a sweeping motion. So Zach gets a little more inside. You can see he hinges a little bit more. And watch how Zach stays on that yellow line where his head is. And watch what we do. We kind of dip a little bit, and then our move down is more inside, underneath the plane. So this is what I was talking about, where Brendan's club head gets underneath that yellow line. And that's really caused by his first move. He pushes off with his lower body, which is good, but he could be sliding and dropping his hands a little too far inside. Zach makes his first move with his hips and his trunk, so he has that sequence correct. And that's why the shaft, if you look at the shaft, his is pointed more toward the ball, the target line. Okay, and let's go to that same position. Ours is good right there, and then it kind of goes flat. And then the club head comes underneath that yellow line, and then it's more of a flip motion. So the good thing is we've been working on that, being able to see two cheeks there, like Zach does. Watch how you see two cheeks, and he comes through. So that means you're pivoting correctly. But we are still losing that spine angle. Brandon came up 6 degrees at impact with his spine angle. So you see the yellow lines there, and it says 6 degrees. So that's how we're able to tell. If the more that you rise up and come up and out of it, usually that's caused by your right foot, in which the motion that you make. If that right heel comes up off the ground, that means he's not turning in as much. So we want to work on that move. I use Pivot Pro, Jim McLean's training aid, to help do that, so you feel that more inside motion and turn. But you made a lot of progress, Brendan. I can tell that you're stretching correctly, because you are able to see that turn with both cheeks. You couldn't see that before, so it was mainly just seeing your side view. So we are making progress. I'm really happy with that, and we'll keep working on the keeping your spine angle down and through. That'll help you make better impact position and not get the club face closed from flipping. On this one, you did square it up, so it was at your target, just a little baby draw, which is what we want. We just don't want those 20 to 30 yard left hooks, and that's what really hurts our score and our consistency. So just to recap with Brennan, with teaching with video, it's really important just to look at the foundation, look at grip, aim, setup, and then what we did is really worked on looking at his path of his club, and that's predicted a lot by the pre-swing, grip, aim, setup, or your aim. And what we did is we took Brandon's feet and we aimed them a little farther left, and we're going to work on squaring the face. So maybe feeling like he's holding the club, just holding on to it a little bit more instead of releasing it early. And Brandon's a very handsy player, and so we're kind of trying to work on slowing down his hands and swinging more with his big muscles, his lats and his trunk and his abs, just really working on those. And so, but yeah, Brandon, you're coming a long ways, and that's why we teach with video, because you can break down each part of his swing, and we can compare him against somebody of his stature that's on the tour.